Hello, everyone. My name is Yongkang He. As you can see from the screen, I'm an Alibaba Cloud MVP, and I'm a CNCF ambassador here. And I'm also a founder of Kasuga and KSDM. So today, I'm going to walk you through how to onboard ACK, that's the managed Kubernetes from Alibaba Cloud, to AccuKnox, the zero trust CNAPP platform. Let's get started. So here is what we are going to see. So first of all, I'm going to show you if ACK cluster is up running, and then I will show you how to install KubeArmor agent. That's the open source container runtime enforcement tool, and followed by install AccuKnox agent. That's the enterprise zero trust CNAPP platform provided by AccuKnox. And finally, I will show you how to verify connector from the AccuKnox portal. First of all, let's see if ACK cluster connected. And secondly, we're going to verify the application behavior, and followed by verify the policies. Where are the policies? Could be discovered, could be there is a hardening policy, or maybe custom policy. So last but not least, let's check the dashboard and if there is any alerts. So with that, let me jump to the AccuKnox web portal. So the moment you log into AccuKnox web portal, this is what you are going to see. So let me show you how to onboard a Kubernetes cluster. So there are two ways. First of all, you can click under inventory. There is a cloud workload. You can click onboard a cluster and then follow the screen to complete the onboarding. Secondly, you can choose to do from under settings, click manage cluster, click onboard now. And now I'm going to give a name, ACK. That's the managed Kubernetes from Alibaba Cloud. So I named the cluster ACK for Yongkang. Let me click save and the next. So now, as you can see from the screen, it gives you the instructions how to install KubeArmor. Basically, you just copy paste the command, and then you will be able to install KubeArmor agent to your running Kubernetes cluster. And after that, you just copy, paste the command, AccuKnox agent installation. So let me jump to my terminal. So first of all, let's say if I have a ACK cluster up running. So on the left-hand side of the terminal, you can see I got a one node cluster here. I created last night, and it's running 1.20a. On the right-hand side, you can see these are the pods up running right now. In addition to Kube system, there is only one Yong-PostgreSQL. That's my sample database running. So how to install KubeArmor agent? You just copy the command, but I make it slightly better. I love automation. I just put everything to the KubeArmor-deploy scripts. So press enter, it will install the KubeArmor agent. Before I do that, let me watch the pod status. Okay, on the right-hand side of the terminal, you can watch the pod status. And now I'm going to press enter to install KubeArmor agent. So by the way, where are the scripts? So I make all of my scripts available from my GitHub page. If you go to my GitHub repository, there is one repository called ACK-Casa. And from here, not only you can automate ACK managed Kubernetes cluster, we will also deploy a PostgreSQL database. I'll also show you the instructions on how to automate a KubeArmor deployment in just a few seconds. And also some of the sample KubeArmor security policies also can be found from my GitHub repository. The KubeArmor-deploy, KubeArmor-destroy, that's how to automate the KubeArmor installation and removal. Okay, let me come back to my terminal should be here. So as you can see from the screen, it took 22 seconds to install KubeArmor, and also we install KubeArmor's command line tools. On the right-hand side, you can see the progress. All of the KubeArmor agent installed to this particular namespace, Yong-KubeArmor. And if you want to verify, basically you can see all of my pods should be up running, let's say. So right now you can see KubeArmor agents are installed here. So you can see these are the ports: KubeArmor controller, KubeArmor operator, relay server, SELinux container, D, and a snitch. So that means KubeArmor agent has been successfully installed. Now let's install AccuKnox agent. So come back to my AccuKnox portal. I'm going to copy this command, basically just one helm install command. We can install AccuKnox agent to the running cluster. Press enter. Again, on the right hand side of the screen, you can watch the pod creation status. So press enter, you can say we're going to pull the image and then started to install the Helm chart. So you might take a few seconds. Shortly, you should be able to see the AccuKnox agents namespace has been created. A bunch of the pods will be created from here. Okay. So if you want to see if all of my pods are up running yet, say the kube control get the pods, and you should be able to see AccuKnox created 5 pods here. So agent operator, discover engine, feed service, policy enforcement, informer agent, all of these are up running. So that basically completes the installation of KubeArmor and AccuKnox agent. So as you can see, it's super simple. Just run a few commands, you can complete all of the agent installation. So now let me come back to my dashboard. So back from our KubeArmor, from our AccuKnox portal, click next. So you should be able to see ACK for Yong 2. That's the new cluster has been onboarded here. And you can choose from a list view or graph view. So if you look at the ACK for Yong 2, you can see here are the workloads running from this cluster. You can switch to the graph view. And these are the applications. These are the pods are up running from my Kubernetes cluster, from this particular namespace. Okay, so now I'm going to show you. So basically, we verified the ACK cluster has been created. Now how to verify the app behavior. So let me verify from the runtime production, and you can see app behavior. So you can filter based on your cluster. So the new cluster, ACK for Yong 2, I just added. It might take a few seconds or minutes to appear from here. What I'm going to show you here is I use ACK for Yong 1. You can see filter by the cluster, filter by the namespace, and the workload. It's a deployment, Nginx deployment. You can see this is application behavior looks like. I got a deployment Nginx for Yong 1, and here is a service I'm running. Here is a TCP network port. If you click here, it can give you some more information. It's an egress. So I got the port 80 open. Okay, that's just one example of the application behavior. You have more understanding. What does it looks like? Not only you can see the graph view, you can also switch to the list view. If I switch to the list view, you can see here is a network observability, what we see from your particular namespace, this particular deployment. You need to have the port 80 and the port 443 open. And what about the process? So this is what we see from your containers These are the process need to be running to support your application. And what else? What about the file observability? This is what we say. These are the files constantly used by this particular deployment, Nginx deployment. And if you want to see a little bit more, I'm going to switch to a different namespace, PostgreSQL application. It's a state of set, and it's a local host. Here you go. This is the application behavior for my PostgreSQL application. I got a state of set running here, allow 2 connections, and I got the IP address. I got 2, egress. One is by the TCP ingress, so one is TCP egress. So that's about the application behavior. Now let's check into the policies. What policies we discovered? What policies about the hardening? So again, I leave the Kubernetes cluster here, ACK for Yongkang. This is my Nginx namespace. And here is the policy. We discovered 2 policies. One is a KubeArmor policy. What does it look like? So I click the policy, you can see this is a policy looks like, KubeArmor policy, and apply to this particular namespace. The action is allow what? Allow the files, allow the network, allow the processes. So by doing this, we actually apply the zero trust policy. Only the stuff listed here are allowed. So the rest of the processes, files or network ports will be denied, okay? So we also discovered that there is an egress Kubernetes network policy. So you can see this is an egress network policy. You got port 80, you got port 443, and the policy type, that's egress. So you might notice one is active, one is inactive. I actually turn on, if you want to turn on one of the policy, just tick the box and click activate. By doing this, I'm going to activate the Kubernetes network policy. Previously, I already enabled the KubeArmor policy. That's about the discovered policy. And one good thing from KubeArmor AccuKnox is by default, we will automatically create the system hardening policy for you. So right now, I only enabled one of these. By default, you can see from here, we got in total 16 policies. Let me check the first one. The first policy here, what is about? So it suggests to you to apply the least permissions, deny execution of package management process in containers. It's a KubeArmor policy. And the action is a block. Block what process? All the processes listed here are blocked. So one of the good example is the package management tools potentially can be leveraged by hackers to install some additional hacking tools. These are suggested based on the different compliance framework. So like a NIST or SI4, etc. Okay, I only enable this particular policy. If you want to explore a little bit more, there are a lot of the different policy part of the KubeArmor AccuKnox. So one of the example here is a file integrity monitoring. So this particular policy will actually block someone to put some folder, to put some files into this particular SBIN folder to deny anyone to run the process from this particular folder, user SBIN, user bin directory, etc. So the message listed here is detect and prevent the compromise to file integrity monitoring. So basically the idea is to detect if there is any shift from your containers. So by default, there is no such files binary inside of these folders. So why suddenly there is a new file appear here? So by applying this particular policy, you tick the box, activate. So we will block anyone trying to add in any binaries to these, common /bin or user /bin directory, etc. So I think we just verified the policies. The last one I want to show you is where the alerts. I actually last night I did try some of the activities, try to install the package management tools, try to create the audit policy for the /etc Nginx. So we had monitoring. Under the monitoring, there is a lot. And again, you can filter based on your cluster, based on your namespace. If I move to the bottom of the screen, let me zoom a little bit, and you can filter how many rows you want to see each page. Towards the bottom of the page, you can see last night I did a few testing. I tried to run the package management tools. As you can see from the screen, we generated the critical alerts here. So you're not supposed to allow anyone to run the package management tools. The process name, this is a resource. I tried to run apt update command. So we detected the problems, we blocked the process, and it generated the critical alerts. The second example also I did last night. I tried to open to read the file /etc nginx/nginx.conf file, and we generated these alert activities. We identify you're trying to use the head command to read the nginx.config file. It's a critical, errors or logs we generated. There are quite a few, some other examples listed here. One of these examples is the hardening policy. That's the default one. We detected someone trying to execute the package management tools inside of the container, which is denied. Okay, the last one I want to show you is the runtime production. There is a CNAPP, a CWPP dashboard. So again, you can filter based on which particular cluster, which namespace, which workloads, and we detected quite a lot of the alerts based on the list. There is 69. Which namespace we detected, what type of severity of the error logs, the top of policies we detected by the alert count, and also a little bit of a bunch of some other details like alerts based on the severity, alerts based on the operations, etc. I think that's pretty much all I want to cover for now. So there are a bunch of the other feature functionalities, part of the AccuKnox Zero Trust platform, which we did not cover for today. So for the purpose of this particular demo, I just want to show you how AccuKnox KubeArmor can be used to protect, to secure your containers running on Alibaba Cloud ACK cluster. There are a bunch of other feature functionalities like the reports, how to remediate the problems, provided the guidance, provided the compliance report. You can easily to see your compliance status of your environment. You can have the full visibility of your multi-cloud environment, and your runtime security we already discussed earlier, and also notification can be easily integrated with your, Slack, Teams, or PagerDuty, for example. Also allow you to easily to integrate with third-party SIEM tools like Splunk, Grafana, etc. I think that's all I want to cover for today. Just to include a few reference links. So you might want to know how to automate ACK, Alibaba Cloud, ACK managed Kubernetes cluster. So KubeArmor Overview, I got a few separate videos. KubeArmor demo on GKE cluster, KubeArmor demo on EKS cluster. Thank you for watching. I hope it is useful to you. If you do find it is useful to you, please like and reshare the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy your day.